one of the categories over the past 8 years has been very strong in the hobby is monster trucks, and we all have probably had one. If we don't have one, our neighbor did, and that's kind of the basis of where today's 8-scale truck started from. Was from a T-Max, a Traxxas T-Max, which that truck just brought a lot of new people in the industry, brought a lot of new faces to our doorsteps. And where did we start off with T-Max, Tim? I know we've got a great history with the monster truck category.
Well, T-Max was a monster truck, came out with a chrome kind of monster-looking wheel, and we all started racing it. We did our velocity wheel for it, kept the same geometry of the wheel, and you know, when you started improving the performance, put one of our suspension kits on it, lowering the body, all that stuff, you start to realize that the flex of the sidewall of a monster truck tire is just, it's for crushing cars. You know, it's not for racing around the track. So you know,
it's a big carcass.
That's right. So then we move on. We try to leave the tire pretty much the same because we still want to put big monster truck tires on it, but we build up the wheel, a little lower profile, try to add you know, put some performance into it. This was the tire of choice for a couple of years, but it, you know, during the same time, monster trucks are making a huge transition. You're going from dual plane chassis, 3-speed transmissions down to we're you know, 8-scale single plane chassis, lower bodies, wings on the back. You know, more 8-scale type race cars.
Which is essentially where we are today. Is what you're saying is we've kind of morphed from this dual plane, big monster truck look, and that still exists today, and it's definitely a great market, and it's a good fun introductory market. But for those that want to get more race savvy and into competition, it morphed into this single plane high performance setup.
Sure, and so what's happened is we had to look at the class again, and we started realizing that the width just wasn't going to work for these cars, the proportions of the tire width. So we came out with our LPRs. This is actually our MTR series. We narrowed the tire, a little bit lower profile. Came out and put some of our famous 8-scale race treads on it. But actually, you can see here the sidewall resistance to rolling is a lot less. But we also put a little bit of cushion back in the tire because, you know, these guys, everybody's running them on really rough tracks, and the 40 series just didn't have enough sidewall in it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously a big difference there. So what do you think's been the success on the track with each of these designs? What's been the major accomplishments?
Well, the major accomplishment has just been following the performance of the cars and giving the consumers what they need. We can't go out and race a national in truggy with this tire. Yeah, the speeds, the tire growth, and everything would just be crazy. So you know, we've kept up with that. You know, the next step is one of our competitors actually came out with a kit, and they changed the format of the wheel again, and they actually went to a little bit bigger wheel, which is, you know, between MTR and the 40 series, kept our width. We looked at that and we said, hey, you know, it all makes sense for how fast the car's going. This is really probably proportionally, you know, more proportion to an 8-scale car when you look at the wheel diameter versus the sidewall compared to this tire. Didn't have any qualms about that. We tooled up, made the wheel similar to that, and we raced on that for 2-3 years.
Yeah, what I liked about the LPR series, we went out to the nationals. I remember tooling up back here. We were just sweating, just trying to get this tool done, saying we got to have that tire for the nationals. If we don't, we're not going to win it. And sure enough, we get out there. All of our guys are running it. Taylor James, 2007, wins the Aurora Truck Nationals, and the work paid off. And to see us adopt that new technology, like you said, and go out there and win a race.
So Scott, this brings us back full circle back to VTR. Why we did VTR? It's in our blood. It's our history to look at the cars, look at what they're using. I mean, you and I have both gone to countless nationals, world championships, and looked at what the drivers are working with, and what would make their life easier, what would make their cars go faster, lower lap times. we brought the VTR out. We didn't bring it. This isn't a earth-shattering 6-inch wheel, 5-inch wheel. This is you know, the wheel diameter. If you look face to face, it's the exact same diameter. But what's hidden inside is quite unique. You know, we've got lower rotating mass. That's going to give you a quicker acceleration, better braking into the turns. It's easier on your car. You can make your car feel more nimble. From a mechanic standpoint, the gluing procedure is much more durable. You're not going to see tire bead failures. You're not going to be in there picking the mud out with your X-Acto knife and trying to re-glue the edge. We all know when we're gluing our tires, the last point, you know, that we want it to be bonded the best is the corner. And we truly believe that we're just bringing something that's going to make the class more exciting and more enjoyable for the consumer.
Well, I think at the end of the day, that's what we strive to do. Whether it's with race tires, whether it's with our hobby grade tires, we continue to strive to bring a better performance, just an overall better experience to our customers. Tim, thanks for joining us. It's always nice to have somebody from behind the scenes here come out and kind of talk about the things that they've worked on through the years and they've been a part of through the years. So,
well, right on, Scott. I mean, 2009. There's been some confusion on the acceptance and the roar rules of this wheel tire configuration. That Roar has chosen to waive most of those rules until 2010. They're looking at VTR for 2010 to consider writing in this configuration. And I'm just here to try to show where these advancements have came from in 10 scale, 8 scale, and now we see it in monster truck. And you know, we feel that this is definitely a viable option for a wheel and tire package, and we're hoping that our consumers will voice their opinions and let us know how much they like the VTR package.
Well, we've had some great response with the VTR. Thanks, Tim, for being here. We encourage you guys to get out there, check out the VTR if you haven't already. Obviously, you've seen where Proline stance is on technology. We've confronted technology. We've been a part of it. We've been a part of innovation for the past 28 years. We've been in business, and it's nice to get a little trip down memory lane from Tim Clark. So, thanks, Tim, and thanks for joining us.